Bonsoir, 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 comment vas-tu? J'espère que tu vas bien. Je suis la reine de l'école APPAREL. My name is de la Livre. I am the HOODOO Queen. Welcome to my channel. Please make sure you subscribe, give the video a thumbs up, leave a sweet kind comment below, hit your notification and post notification button, and please share the video. Hello, everybody in the chat. Hello, Marcel, Amanda, Josie, Marquise, Jennifer, Deflo, Connie, Dr. Stephanie, Guided Butterfly, Sophia, Apollonia, Miss L. Hello, everybody. Please again, make sure you do share the video. Tonight, we're going to bring our focus. Hello, Kirsten. How are you? Hello, Petter. Hello, Edie. I'm Edie. Harold, how are you? Emily, hello, hello, hello. Shay, hello, how are you doing? So we are here this evening and we're going to bring our focus to mastering card divination. Just some really key, strong, solid points that you cannot get away from. And these are going to be some key, solid points that a lot of people absolutely, without a doubt, look over, look past, look beyond, or just don't know. There are a lot of individuals that claim card reading, people that, stand on that hill when it comes to card reading and all of these things. But the reality is the majority of people that you know, hello, Isaac, how are you? The reality is that a lot of people that you know that claim to be diviners are simply reciters. They're reciting the cards, but they don't actually know how to read. And we will get into those spaces. And today you may discover that you too may, in fact, be a reciter, Aquila and the conjuring bee of it all. But um, we will get right into that. So, I'm on my to play. I got a notification. Nobody. It's nobody. So, before we get into the deepness of this particular class, I do want to make, I think maybe 2 announcements, I believe. Three announcements. 3 announcements. Announcement number 1. The past community service, if you read on your purchase, it literally says that you will be receiving your replayable classes on the 8th, which is next Sunday. You'll be getting those classes on the 8th. So there's no reason to email, where's the class? I don't have my link, da. If you read your purchase, you should know that, okay? So you should get that on the 8th, and that is the Hydrant Devotion and Honoring class. That is the Cleansings and Blessings class, and it is also the New Year's Traditions and Customs. So be aware of that. Bonsoir, Impossible Magic. Bonsoir, comment vas-tu? J'espère que tu vas bien. Of course, bien sûr. And yes, so there's that. I also want to just say very quickly, I also want to say very quickly, thank you all so very much that are following my Kotaya page here on YouTube, where you're learning how to make some Creole mac and cheese or le macaroni Creole, as well as a couple of other great, wonderful things. We have a couple of recipes coming up, and we're about to get really heavy into some teas and soups and some other really good sweets and desserts. So there's that. So just please make sure and certain that you do follow that page if you are interested, because I will be going deeper into the herbalism side of things on that page, on that channel. So please make sure that you do follow. All right. The next thing is, of course, I do have to just bring up very quickly to everybody that the Conjure FETE tickets are selling, and because we do this every year, here is your Cyber Sunday and Monday coupons. So you actually get 30% off the entire Conjure South site, okay? With a minimum purchase. Use code, all one word, shop Conjure South 30. Okay, it's off everything, including the HOODOO Tarot de la Livre, and other variety of things that you may desire. You also get 30% off of the 2025 HOODOO Queen Conjure FETE in-house tickets. This is the largest discount that you will get. It runs today, it runs tomorrow, midnight on Tuesday, it is gone. This is the largest coupon that you're going to get. Virtual Conjure FETE tickets, you get 20% off. And also, please remember that you can separate these payments into 4 installments. So it breaks it down significantly if you use the coupons now. Don't wait on it. Don't waste his time. I have communicated, I've said it, and probably after December, I won't say a whole lot in regards to the tickets. I will maybe say something once a month from January, February, and March. And then the Conjure FETE is here. So be aware of that. And again, there are some big things, some really, really big things that you're going to want to be a part of. And some of you are going to be missing out, but that's not on me. So make sure that you are, in fact, using these coupon codes, all one word. You can use the 30% off on the website and your Conjure FETE codes at the same time. So don't miss out on those things, please. All right. Yes. So let me move stuff around. So yeah, so that is something for you all to consider if you want. All right, so we're not going to spend a whole lot of time. Let's see, it was that. Oh, yes, and I forgot. How could I have forgotten? I don't know how I forgot this, but of course,
Save me from tears, I'll give it to someone special. Once bitten and twice as shy. I keep my distance, but you still catch my eye. Tell me, baby, do you recognize me? Well, it's been a year, it doesn't surprise me. Merry Christmas, I wrapped it up and sent it with a note saying I love you, I meant it now.
and voila. And the graphic tees. I was like, there's one more thing. What is it? The graphic hoodies, excuse me. So we have our We Don't Hope We HOODOO hoodies, which are available now. And all the things. I mean, this one is just adorable. I love it. But also this one. I love this one as well. So all of those are also available. And your discounts should work for those as well. Because it is going through a third party, I'm not certain, but it should because it's coming through my store. So yeah, there's that. Now let us give us a holiday special. Yeah, so let us get into this class. So I'm really excited about this class because I want everyone to know that it's here and that it's present. When it comes to card divination, there is a common thread, a very clear base but multi-layered baseline of things that you should know, how you should operate, things you should consider. And I have spoken about these things in the HOODOO Tarot de la Livre, And again, simply getting the doctrine of divination will give you what you need. You don't need the cards to get the book. Do not miss out. And again, right now, things are on sale. So I break down some of these tips in here, but tonight we're going to briefly talk about them. Not all of the things, but some of these very important parts. So let us begin, if you don't mind. Oh, you are so welcome, Cam. You are so welcome. I'm getting this hardcover really quick. Listen, it's available and it's on discount, like 30% off. And let me tell y'all this, just a rule of thumb. If any business is selling over 30%, actually if they're selling over 25%, at that point, they're essentially giving away their product. At that point, it's really being given away. So you have Conjure Fed and all kinds of things. Yes, so the Shop Conjure South 30 doesn't work with the FETE. That the Shop Conjure South is about candles, dirts, oils, all of those things. That's what that is. If you're looking for the FETE, you need to use the FETE discount. Okay, the FETE discount code. Okay, is Conjure FETE 30. Okay, and that will be for the Hoodoo Queen Conjure FETE, and that is for the in-house. The 20% off of the virtual Hoodoo Queen Conjure FETE will be Conjure FETE 20. All right, so make sure that y'all use those right codes, and it's all one word and all of those things. For Shop Conjure South, for the 30% off the whole website, there is a minimum purchase of $88.88. So make sure that you hit that minimum purchase, and then you will get that 30% discount code, 30% discount. Because you also have to understand, let me just assist you all with some business Q&A and some business knowledge. But the reality is this, we still got to ship these things out. And if you get 20 candles, baby, that's a lot. That's like $120 worth of shipping. So just keep that in mind. Okay. This is live right now. Yes, the coupon is live right now. This second it has begun. Okay. So what are you trying? What's not working? Because some people are saying things are not working. So let me go ahead and handle that this very moment. Before we get into the class, I don't want to take up all the time talking about the coupon because I was waiting with my cart ready. Pulling out the doctor because it's all the help I need. Yes, indeed. All right. So just got my VIP ticket. Yay, wonderful, super. Super, super, super. And again, use these codes in your 4 installments. It really takes it down. Are there any issues? Are there any problems? Because I really want to go right ahead and get into the class. I will go back and communicate those things. But once I get to the class, I just want to solely stick with it. And then after the class, if there are any issues, you can either hit me in the private chat and I will go and check those out. And then I will handle if there are any website issues. I will say half of the VIP tickets in-house have been sold. So, and remember, there will be a moment when VIP literally will separate from everybody else from the FETE and get to experience something very special. So, alrighty, let us begin the class here. So I'm going to just put up this very quickly. And we're going to just do this whole situation. So master card reading tip 1, meaning versus communication. Meaning versus communication. Now, this is really important. I think I want this to be this size. Voila. We'll see. We may go back and forth. But it's very important to understand the differences because, as I mentioned from the beginning, a lot of individuals actually are reciters. They are reciting the meanings. It's all about the meanings. These are your flash readers on Instagram, flash readers on TikTok, flash readers on all the different spaces. Queen of Clubs, or Queen of Spades, justice. There's justice in your life, justice in your money, justice, justice, justice. There's the Queen of Hearts, emotional maturity, emotional wealth, emotions, all about the hearts, all about the heart. The Four of Diamonds, advantages. Someone's taking advantage. There's someone's trying. There's the opportunist, and so all you're getting are these hot catchphrases or words, but there's not actual communication. And it actually is a lot deeper than that. Let me also express this to you because a lot of people mention this, and I do talk about this in the doctrine of divination, which is you do not have to be gifted in order to read cards. Divination is a method, it is a mystical method, but the esoteric aspects of divination is that I am well studied and I know the communication and the meaning of the cards, whereas you do not. So, this sacred or secret knowledge is only that way because you haven't studied. Now, understand that to be gifted as a seer can, in fact, benefit you, but it can also be a hindrance. Being a psychic can benefit you, but also can be a hindrance when you are divining. Because when you are divining, it is specifically bringing a focus to the method of divination in which you are utilizing. Okay, so it's very important to understand that it doesn't matter if you have sight. It doesn't matter if you're a prophet. It doesn't matter that you're a medium. I have, and I mentioned this in my book. I mentioned this to you multiple times. I have seen more talented, well versed, and and well communicated, studied diviners than I have gifted psychics, mediums, prophets, dreamers who are reciting. It's a real thing. Also, with these tips I want to share with you today, if you in fact can begin your journey as with these tips, you can erase um, that title of intuitive reader, because your intuition is your perception, and your perception is not what I am coming to you for. Your perception and your thoughts and your feelings that's not the thing that I am banking on. I am literally banking on your knowledge of this method, this system that is a medium to the divine, to whatever that divination, that divinity is. May it be ancestors, gods, goddesses, etc., so forth and so on. So it's very, very, very important to know the method. So as we begin to move forward here, I'm just going to make this larger, make me smaller. Meaning versus communication. The seven of the mind, upright, okay? Upright, this card means betrayal, treason, gossip, and lies. So if I was on YouTube or if I was on Instagram, if I was on TikTok and you came to a reading and all right, $10 reading, $10 reading, $5 reading, $5 reading, quick readings, flash readings, oh, seven of spades, seven of the mind. You have there's treason in your life, there's betrayal in your life, there's gossip, there's lies around you, there's lies around you. Look around, there's treason, there's gossip here, there's gossip there, there's betrayal, there's treason. And that's all that they're able to give. In reverse. Oh, the seven of mind reverse. This is self-betrayal, manipulative, self-denial. There's self-denial around you, self-denial in your house, self-denial in your mouth, 7 miles with a fox, self-denial with the house, or whatever in a box. Like it is just these very quick things. So understanding what the card means does not mean that you understand what the card is communicating. Okay? But to understand the message, you need to put the element into context. You must put the element into context. So, tip one, understanding the difference between the meaning versus communication. Okay, so I take the 7 of un moment, s'il te plaît. My cards are over here. So you take the 7 of the mind, and you have to put this element into context. You have to put this element into context. Queen, you sound just like them hollering. I'm serious. And that's the thing about it though, because when you're on the top ticking and you're on the gram instaring, that's what it is. So you're not getting any type of true advice, guidance, guardrails. There's betrayal around you. And the thing about it is, I'm going to give it to you how they give it. Exhibit A. 7 of the mind, 7 of the mind, 7 of betrayal. There's betrayal around you. There's betrayal. There's betrayal around you. Look in your house. There's betrayal. Looking in your wallet. There's betrayal. Look over here. There's betrayal. There's betrayal. There's treason. There's gossip. There's things around you. You need to be aware. Be considerate. Be very demure when it's coming to betrayal. There's betrayal around you. All right. In reverse. Exhibit A. All right, listen here, my baby. There is betrayal. There is self-denial. There is self-denial all around you. I don't care what your mama say. I don't care what none of them have to say about this, that, and the third. There is denial. You're in self-denial. I don't care how you take it, how you want to flip it, spin it, reverse it. It is self-denial all around you. It doesn't matter how you look at it. You can look at it in the mirror. You can look at it what is. You got to be, you need to just understand that you need to do some shadow work. Shadow work because you are in self-denial. Okay? So you have that one. And then you have the 7 of mind has come up, and now it is really speaking that there is betrayal all around you. Please be very aware because you don't know exactly where it's coming from. But there is betrayal and there's gossip that is absolutely surrounding you and is really weighing you down and is really holding you back, and you can't get ahead because there's betrayal and there's treasonous energies around you. And when the spirit of betrayal is on you, it is on you, and you need to understand this because it's so in reverse. Let me tell you exactly what this means. You're in denial. There is manipulative energy around you, and you don't really want to deal with it. You're never going to elevate. You can't grow, and you can't tap into your own divine energies, and you cannot be blessed by the spirits because you are in self-denial. You, in fact, are manipulating your own self. And so you get the spiritual theatrics is what you get. You get theatrics and you're getting these punchlines. You're getting these meanings. But saying that there is self-denial energy around me, let me tell you something about this. Just because you pull a card for yourself doesn't mean that it's about you. It could literally be about somebody that is connected to you, which is why it's super important. Which is why it is super important. And I'm going to tell you, y'all get caught up. You know you get caught up. Hold up. Hold up. Give me a moment. Give me a moment. Y'all gonna hate me. And I know you're gonna hate me. But I'm okay with it. Y'all can hate me. Y'all can go and repost this. Make sure all the people see it. I don't care because I'm not lying. Let me go right ahead on because y'all think it's a game. But y'all wondering why you don't get ahead, why you don't elevate, why you don't have the doggone why you don't have the guidance, the actual spaces, whatever. Okay. Okay, let me pull the card here. The seven of the mind. The energies of the seven of the mind. Oh my goodness. I can feel it. Woo. Yes, I feel there's this betrayal. I feel this energy of betrayal around me. I don't. I mean there's. You need to be careful. I just sense a spirit of betrayal around me. And hold on a moment. Let's just breathe this in. Let's breathe this in a moment. I want to give a moment. Oh, hold on. I gotta cleanse out my candle. Gotta cleanse out my candle. Okay. Okay. See, there's this treasonous energy that is and y'all fall into the entertainment, receiving these empty spiritual. Hold up, y'all want me to take it to Jackson Square? Sit on down over here, baby. Let me tell you something. See, there's betrayal. There's energy all around you. And see, we're gonna need to do some. We're gonna need to do some work. Y'all fall into all of that. It's all of those things. And then y'all are out here stressed out. You're stressed out because you don't know whether you're going, coming, what to actually believe, if there's something to be worried about. And the reason why you're feeling that way is because you've gotten no response other than there's a treasonous energy around you. And this is why it's really important. Okay? Reciting the meaning does not make you a reader and absolutely does not make you a diviner. The context is built on the spread chosen. That's the truth. That's what the truth is going to be. If you are tapping into divination. Now, your perception or your perception, which may be influenced. This is why you cannot go off of your perception or your visceral feeling. And, oh, you got to trust that intuition. Either trust that visceral feeling, or you need to trust the method that you have chosen. Because what you're feeling, you may be unsure of. And if what you're unsure of doesn't look like what the cards, the bones, the tarot, the oracle cards, the playing cards, the pendulum, the Ouija board, the dowels, whatever it is, if it's not lining up to what you feel, you're going to be more confused. Okay? You're going to be more confused. And the reality is you can't operate in that space. And I'm going to tell you, and I mentioned this many, many times, one of my biggest constant things that I have to work on with my followers and my viewers is empowering you all to understand who you are, whose you are, what you are, that thing. And that's difficult when there's a lot of doubt. Now, I want to shameless plug the Hoodoo Tarot de la Livre. There's no room for interpretation. Traditional tarot, there is. Playing cards, there's no room for interpretation. Okay? And it's super important to understand. Marcel said, thank you for this. I've been going through shifts in my seat if I should offer readings or not. Could for another stream of income with what is needed. But I do have my hangups. And I'm going to tell you part of the hangups is responsibility. And this is why you can't do a vague meaning versus communication. Because a lot of these 20-year-old, even 25-year-old, hell, 30, 40-year-olds that just started in these spaces will pull this card, see betrayal, and absolutely go, oh, there's cheating in my house. There's betrayal in my house. Or that 20-year-old, 19-year-old, 18-year-old, 25-year-old reader is telling you there's betrayal in your life. And you jump to the idea that it's your man or your woman and go home acting a hot donkey. And not fully understanding that the betrayal was not another lover, but the betrayal was they were sneaking off to work longer hours or sneaking off to do something else that maybe they thought was going to benefit your household, right? But without context, you cannot have that. So it's very important to understand that there is, in fact, responsibility once you read, and you're reading for others. So if you want to be the king or the queen, then prepare to wear that crown and carry the responsibilities that go with it. But you have to know and be certain, okay? So as I move along, Shabby Rock said, I did a priority cast pulling hearts, and and had a shady family member hurt themselves setting off and stirring of events. I was able to have my emotions in check. So so quick, and I knew what it was. That part. People are in despair and are hanging on your every word. Exactly. People get readings for some dire situations, and they need guidance, and will follow through. Exactly. You have to be. You have, and that's why I. People will get upset with me, but I will go over every single reading that I have to make sure that my understanding is clear, that you understand, because I'm not here to have you out here looking for people in broad daylight with a flashlight. Like, that's not a thing. We're not doing that. We don't play with people's lives. That's not, no. It's just, you just can't. Um, so, um, so as we move to the next phase, communication. Now, mind you, we now understand that the seven of the mind is betrayal, treason. We know in reverse that it's going to bring self denial, self betrayal, and manipulation, etc. So we know these meanings, all right? The context of the spread gives you communication, all right? What spread? Now, I chose, now this is the wrong one. That is not how you spell spread. Hold on a second. Remove. I literally removed that from Studio because I went through and oh, yeah, actually, I know what I did. I just clicked that from what was in there earlier. Silly me. One moment. Doo-doo. All right, it's uploading. While this is uploading, again, I want to just say thank everyone for joining this evening. Please make sure you do subscribe to the channel, give the video a thumbs up, leave a sweet kind comment below. As this PDF is loading up real quick, I do want to remind you that we are in Cyber Sunday and Cyber Monday. 30% off the entire Conjure Self website with a minimum purchase of $88.88 using code ShopConjureSouth30. If you are coming or want to come to the Hoodoo Queen Conjure Fete, the 8th year, there is so much I haven't told you, but there's a reason why. Because when I do, and these tickets are gone, you're going to be happy that you got them. They are 30% off, the largest discount we have the entire year, utilizing the code CONJUREFET30. All right, that is for the in-house tickets. Then we have then we have the virtual tickets, and there are virtual VIP tickets as well. 20% off. All right, and that is CONJUREFET20. You should be able to use all of those things. If there are any issues, I will handle that at the end of the class here. We will, you do get these discounts on the Hoodoo Tarot de la Livre as the whole set with the books and all of the things. So just please make sure that you go and snatch and grab those things. I will tell you, if we end up selling out of these books, in stock or what's in house right now, it'll take 2 weeks to have those printed, and then those will be going back out and they'll be shipped right out. Okay, but it takes 2 weeks to have these printed if we sell out tonight. So just be aware of that. All right. So, oh, there's only 9 VIP. Oh, well, I told you, I told y'all, and I promise you, when those are gone, I guarantee you, you're gonna take it personally. It's not personal, I promise. Which is why I try so hard to speak to these things. Everybody gonna have a good time, even those that don't have VIP. There's there's a reason why the prices are the way they are, because everyone's gonna get a lot of things, but VIP is gonna be extra. Now everybody's gonna be extra, but VIP is gonna be extra. So just be aware of that. No worries, Emily. If you need to do them separately, wonderful. So I'm taking it personally, and I already got my ticket. That's funny. Okay, let us continue on to this. So yes, what spreads are you using? What conditions in life does it speak to? So that is going to be a really, really big part when we're talking about the spaces of meaning versus communication. So context says provides the conditions in life. So for example, I'm not, and this is with and let me make this part very clear. This is with any card divination. It's not about it being the Hoodoo Tarot de la Livre. It's not about you wearing the Wide Awake Tarot, the Ta Tarot, Tarot de Marseille. It doesn't matter what the system, what card system it is. And even when it comes to other spaces, um, other forms of divination, pendulums, etc., so forth and so on, is the context of that medium what provides the spaces. So, for example, this could be the spread of the Mona Lisa. All right. When you're looking at your spread, it will tell you money, and it can be a variety of things. But for the Hoodoo Tarot de la Livre, you have money, love, health, and spiritual affairs, right? So immediately I can show you if the seven of the mind, okay? If the seven of the mind was in a money space in your reading, I can tell you there's betrayal around your finances. Somebody's not working their money correctly. Someone is sneaking money somewhere. Money is acting funny. See how that goes? Now I have elevated a situation. Now, mind you, I did not, oh my goodness, the spirits and the energy. No, because I simply understand my method, I know there is something funny with the money. If I went over to the seven of the mind in the love space within the Hoodoo Tarot de la Livre, I could then say there's betrayal in your home or some emotional connection. So there's an emotional connection that is betraying you. Point blank, period. There is a emotional connection that is betraying you. Okay? Or there is a process that you are trusting when it comes to money, that yes, even that thing, and that's very important. Thank you so very much, Marcel. If you read the Hoodoo Tarot de la Livre, you will quickly understand. And look, we look. My graduates and my students, I am very confident in their abilities, and I am very confident in the things that they tell me, the messages that they have, and those things. As we are looking in the Hoodoo Tarot de la Livre, and we're looking at the seven of the mind, because the book does come completely in color. And we speak to the communication. I want to, yes, right here, the first passage. When the seven of the mind shows up in your reading to any capacity, le capacity, you know that there is something or someone you think that you can trust that has betrayed you, or something or someone, because it could be your job that you think that you can trust that can betray you, belittle you, backstab you, no matter how you look at it. But the point here is to understand that when the seven of the mind presents itself, I repeat, je répète, It is something or someone, again, that you thought that you can trust. The reason why I have to reiterate this and make this point so clear is because most individuals immediately think it's an enemy or a hater. It's right there. First passage. Okay? First passage. Because a lot of people don't even understand what betrayal is. I have to trust you in order for you to betray me. I got to trust that job in order for it to betray me. I got to trust my body in order for it to betray me. I got to trust, my doctor in order for them to betray me. I have to trust my spiritual advisor, or my spiritual work. It's a variety of things because a lot of people immediately want to jump to it's my enemy. Is my hater. Your enemies are supposed to do you wrong, and your haters are supposed to hate. That's the way that goes. So it's not a thing of that, but it's who you think that you can trust. So in the conversation of this, I can again jump to my health here or jump to health here, right? Something's going on with your physical body. Maybe it is your medical physicians, your or whatever. Are betraying you, or your body is turning against you. Your body is weak. You thought that you were immune to something. You thought you got vaxxed or whatever, and you thought you were immune. And in your body said, trick or treat, baby. No, actually, you're gonna get it. Yes, you're gonna get it. Yes, you're gonna get it. Yes, you're gonna get it. So literally, it could be that. And then spiritually, I did work that I trusted, but this is like I trusted this work. I trusted what I was doing, but you didn't do it right. And so um, you thought those knees could hold you up, and it can't, and they don't. You don't have knees like Megan. You got knees like a moose instead. So, and so it can touch you in those different ways. But now you see that if I were to, so if I was going to be, this is why I have yet to do tarot readings online with the Hoodoo Tarot de la Leaf, because I now have to go into a spread. I don't want to. Betrayal is this week. No, where is that betrayal? We got to lay out a whole spread. Okay? You got knees like Martha, not Megan, my baby. I'm just saying. So it's important to really understand that your spread provides the life conditions. Now, tip number 2, questions and answers. Now, this is something that I have often said. I said it many times, but it's a thing that people keep struggling with. It is a thing that will trip you up every single time as a reader. Okay? And knowing the spread for the questions. Exactly. So here's the next thing. How is the question being asked? With the D, geez Louise. How are you receiving the answer? So let us bring this up here. Can I make it even larger? I don't think I can make it even larger, but it is, I think you all can see that well. So what you're going to see here is I have, the point here is understanding. And I'm going to just jump back. How is the question being asked? When we come here, all right, how is this question being asked? Depending on your spread, will give you that answer. Not the answer you're looking for, but what I'm saying is, how is the question being asked? If this first spread in the top left is the spread of peanut butter and jelly, I know that when the peanut butter and jelly spread, when I use a peanut butter and jelly spread, it's going to be money, love, health, spiritual affairs, with my starting point in the center. So when I ask the question, how are things in my life? I know where to find my money and I can get the answer. I know where to find my love and I know where to get the answer. I know where to look for my health and I know where to get the answer. And I know where my spiritual affairs are and I know how to get the answer to those things. I'm not having to go, all right, how do I feel? What do I feel? I think that I feel this is money. The energy is feeling like money. No, I don't have to feel that it's money because I know where my money space is when it comes to that particular spread. If I go over to the top right corner, this could be the spread of bad mannequins and lace fronts. Okay. But because I know that when I utilize the spread of bad mannequins and lace fronts, I then know that first and foremost, here's the other thing. Now that I know what my questions are, how am I receiving my answers? So let me go back. Let me actually start over here. This will not be the spread of bad mannequin lace fronts. This is still the spread of peanut butter and jelly. But now that my cards are in reversed, I now am receiving those answers differently. So am I reading uprights? Am I reading reversals? Am I just solo reading uprights? Or am I only reading reversals? Am I only reading reds? Or am I only reading blacks? Okay. So again, here's my questions. Is it money? Is it love? Is it health? Is it spiritual affairs? Where am I starting out? And how am I receiving my answers? Because if I'm utilizing this method and I'm utilizing tarot, then I have to receive my answers as tarot. Let's look at this, the bottom left. We have love, home, job, and money. Okay. Again, this will be the spread of mannequins and um, bad lace fronts. So with the spread of mannequins and bad lace fronts, now love is in a different space. Home is in a different space. Now it's job and not just money. And see, job and money is totally different. So again, how and what's the question? Is the question about my job or is the question about my money? Because what's going on in my job may affect my money, but it's not my money. See, my job has betrayal in it. There's people around me that's being treasonous. When it comes to my money matters, though, that means I'm not using my money right. I'm sneaking money here and there. So the thing about it is, dynamic divine reader said, in what situation would you read the middle card? That depends on the spread. So, for example, with the HOODOO Tarot de la Livre, it is about you start with that center card. So actually, for example, let's jump over here. Let me just because this is larger, I'm gonna just jump back here. So my starting point tells me that there is betrayal that's going to cover it is a common thread within my entire reading. So I know, so say for example, hold on real quick. I don't know if I can do this fast. I don't know that I can. Give me one brief second. I'm gonna try to show you something real quick. If you'll just give me a brief moment, I'm gonna give you an example. You asked that question, so I want to give you a proper example. Okay. I don't want that one. Let's undo that. I hope y'all don't mind me taking this brief second to, because again, I'm very, I am so, I'm so adamant about you all understanding these things, okay? And what page is this? Page 4. And we're wanting to do a PDF download. All right, one moment. Take your time, Queen. Thank you. I'm pretty quick with the with my little skills here. Okay, so this one's about to pop up. I just want to show you a very quick example. So again, thank you so very much, Divine Readings, for asking the question. I just want to give you a clear example, all right? So we're going to come and bring this one here. All right, so we went from where it was that to now this. So say, for example, we have the 7 of the mind in the center. This is your starting point. Now, again, I got to make this part clear. If you flip to, if you have your Doctrine of Divination, you really want to understand your spreads. So for example here, that's the double leave. Let's see here. Those are the spells. Here we go. So for example, the cast of the sun. All right. The cast, I can't see the camera, sorry. There we go. The cast of the sun. And then if I can move close. All right. The cast of the sun. So this tells us money matters. And these are just breaking down pretty much what this shows. And it's just talking to those things. So this would be the cast of the sun, is what this would be in the HOODOO Tarot do not leave. All right. Me making up these crazy names over here just got me all kinds of confused. So this would be the cast of the sun. So if I was reading the cast of the sun, and I saw that we had the 7 of the mind and as my starting point. All right. And in the book, you will see that it doesn't say starting point, but it says you or them or the subject matter. All right. You or them or the subject matter, because it's about the method. It's not about what I feel. All right. Yes. So, excuse me. This is the phases of the sun, because we also have the cast of the sun. But regardless, there's the cast of the sun, which is different than, thank you, Marcellus, which is different from the phases of the sun. Oh, my network may be acting funny. And then you have cast of the rose, etc., so forth and so on. So anyways, this starting point here, okay, that is the subject matter. So if I were to pull this reading and the subject matter is betrayal, and I look to my money, I can say that betrayal has called failure in my money matters. There is betrayal or treasonous behavior, which, going into my love now, okay, which is why there are challenges in my love. The betrayal in my life, or the treason in my life, or the lies or whatever, actually will bring reconciliation and healing. It may separate me from somebody, but may make me get closer to somebody else. Or, for example, maybe I have been lied to, so now I've had to look internally, or I had to do my own research to heal my own body, right? This betrayal on the spiritual front, the lies, the betrayal, the treason is communicating that I need to walk away and leave these things behind, okay? So it is the common thread. Now, mind you, that may differ depending on the cast. That may differ depending on the cast. So, for example, the cast of the moon here, the source, the condition, or mental state of the being. So depending on the cast will give you a clear indication on what that common thread is. Okay? And you will find that. You'll find that in different situations, in different spaces. So I do hope that made sense. Okay? Now, I'm going to drop this one away. I'm going to bring this one back up. And wonderful, wonderful. I'm glad that you have a clear understanding. And everyone, please be on the lookout. We do have some special things coming, I think in 2025, surrounding the HOODOO Tarot de la Livre. But, baby, when I tell you education is important and that you get it right, and again, you don't see this, the cast of the moon is your favorite. And that's a whole nother conversation of really seeing what cast resonates with you that gives you the most accurate reading. You know, that is a very important thing. So there's that. So, as I was saying here earlier, when you're looking at these cards, you need to understand again what that spread is saying. So over here in the bottom right corner, we see we have a starting point, spiritual in the top, mental, emotional, and physical. That has nothing to do with money. That has nothing to do with the love, or you can say emotional or whatever. It could deal with love, but understand your spread is giving you the question. And this is why when it came to divination, it was so amazing how people knew what was going on in my money, or going on with my love, or going on in my health, or going on with the spirits and the energies or whatever around me. It was easily provided like that because I knew the placements that might spread and where those conditions lie. You didn't. I can lay down one design, and that could be 4 different spreads, but you'll never know. And that's where that sacred, that wise woman, that wise man, that's where that comes from. Because you have a wisdom that others do not have. So looking at this spread, I wouldn't be able to go and look into your money. I wouldn't be able to look into your money. So I would not use this spread. Or I have discovered that this spread is a spread that works best for me, and I may not see anything regarding money because the spread doesn't provide that. And that is also okay. Moving on. Now we have to discuss the next part. Whose tongue is speaking? Now we're talking about answers. Now we are talking about answers. Answers are important. You say, Queen, what is this? What do you have up here? What are you doing? what, what, what in the cauterization of the situation is happening here? Well, it's very important to understand. For example, with the HOODOO Tarot de la Livre, all right, with the HOODOO Tarot de la Livre, when you see this card, there are multiple ways you can come at this. Are you reading tarot for what the card means? Or are you reading the omens for what they are? Or are you reading the playing card, the Seven of Spades? What in fact are you reading? How am I receiving my answer? This is the thing that trips people up so badly. This is the biggest disaster that people have when it comes to their readings, when you're reading for yourself in other spaces. And that is because if I am reading tarot, hold up, let's go here. If I'm reading tarot, see, now I get omens more than anything with the Imperial deck. Wow. Exactly. Because you know, spirits, I still sleep in mine every night. I tell you, it's the best. And you probably are getting peace now. But those first couple of nights, my baby, those spirits get you going. And I do know that for certain. But just say, for example, here, we're looking at this particular this thing here. See, when I'm reading tarot, I'm seeing money, failure, challenges in love, reconciliation, healing with health, and leaving things behind in spiritual affairs, and betrayal in the middle, right? You have to know your question and how you are receiving the answer. Why is that important? Because if I flip flop, guess what? I'm going to confuse myself and I'm going to confuse the reading and it's going to be inaccurate. What do you mean, Queen? Let me show you very briefly here. So we come back over here to this one. See, the 7 in tarot, the 7 of the mind means betrayal. Yes, Kirsten. Those dreams will come and shake you and wake you. In tarot, the 7 of the mind communicates and answers to you betrayal, treason, lies. But because the HOODOO Tarot de la Livre also provides playing cards, I could read this as being crossed, being tied, being bound. Okay? Being tied and being bound. There is no movement. So when I pull my spread is going to give me my question. How are you receiving your answers? And these things have to be decided upon on the beginning of your reading. Because truth to words, understand this, you cannot take this card and read it as a playing card and as a tarot. Why? Because the 7 of spades means being bound, being tied. The tarot means being betrayal. So if I was reading this if I looked at this card, but I go, this card means that you're being cursed or bound, you would be incorrect. I mean, if you're crossed or bound, you'll be incorrect. Because the 8 of hearts is the playing card of betrayal, not the 7 of spades. So you need to know your method that you're reading with. Don't associate your playing card with these spirits because it's not the same, which is why you need to know your method. So, for example, if I go back here, again, would that also be the same as trying to use playing card, I think divination or definition, and also reading the numbers as numerology? Exactly. And it's not even about just that part, Sophia. It is the method. This is a African diasporic method where numerology is not a significant part of the culture, which is why when you read traditional tarot, Rider Waite tarot, the Thoth tarot, all of those spaces, they do focus on numerology, synchronicities, um, astrology, and a variety of other things. But this system that has no weight here. So don't mess yourself up and go, yeah, da 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 da. No. Now the 7 may have some kind of significance in regards to a month, perhaps, but is not going to be in conjunction to numerology. So yes, looking at this particular card set here, or looking at this spread here, for example, if I was reading tarot, I would see betrayal being my common thread in loss with my money or failure with my money, challenges in my love, healing with my health, and turning away from my spirit. I'm turning away from spiritual affairs. But in playing card, I see there is a hold, there is a bond, there is something that is stopping, preventing, binding me and my, excuse me, that's pretty small. And the 5 of hearts, which then communicates, there's something binding and holding those blessings that are on the way, the progression of things. If I'm talking about playing cards, when I go to the 7 of clubs, this one actually does coincide with the tarot. So yes, this binding issue has caused challenges. This binding, there's an imperial card in wealth. I mean, in health. But in playing cards, there is no major arcana. There is no there is no major arcana. There's no imperial cards. So I can either choose not to read that one because it doesn't exist, or I can read the imperial card for what it is. Okay. And then in the spiritual affairs here, with the 8 of hearts now, we are now seeing betrayal. We now have betrayal. So that's the real playing card of betrayal. So yes, the layers of it all. But it's so important to understand the question, and most importantly, how you're receiving the answers. Is it a yes or no reading? I can look at this same situation. I can ask the spirits, you know, am I making the right directions? Am I on the right path? I flip these cards over like this, and my center card says no. To be honest, how I'm really moving, not really. But in my money, it's a yes. In my love, it's a no. In my health, I don't know. And in my spiritual space, it's a yes. Yo, I just read these cards 3 different ways and got 3 different answers in 3 different spaces, because it's about knowing that spread and it's about trusting that method. Marcel, okay, where I get tied up is if I'm asking which horse to bet on and the 8 of hearts comes up, is it the 8 horse, or is that the horse that is going to betray me? Again, are you reading playing cards, or are you looking for the number? If it's horses 1 through 30, if it's a horses 1 through 10, Did you ask which horse will betray you, or did you ask which horse to bet on? You're not confused. You're just not listening to yourself. You don't know the question that you asked, and you're not you're not receiving the answer as you asked it. I asked which one to bet on. Exactly. I'm betting on the 8. Period. It's that simple. It is that simple, but it is also that difficult. Why? Because the third tip, which is the hardest, removing you and trusting the method that you've studied. This is the most difficult tip because I get tripped up, I get confused. You will only get confused if you don't know your question and you don't know how you're going to receive your answer. You have to remove you from your divination, which is why with the Hoodoo Tarot de la Livre, the Hoodoo Tarot de la Livre, with the playing cards, there is no interpretation, there is no intuition, because what you perceive can be influenced by your emotions at the moment. Your mental capacity may be shot, or you are just not there. You are done braining for the day. I don't know, but you can. So the thing about it is, at the end of the day, when the day gonna end, you have to trust what's laid out. And when you know and you see a method that is working and you see the answers are coming up, it is about building that trust in that system. This is why I do the working cast. It has never been wrong for me. Takes my bias out of the situation. Yes. And this is the thing. You have to take you out. Are you reading? Are you the medium, or is your divination the medium? Because divination is a medium. So are you the medium? Are you, and when I say medium, I don't mean like, are you speaking to the dead and the spirits, but are you the divination method? Are you using your psychic ability, your mediumship abilities? Are you using your hypersensitivity? Are you using those visceral intuitions? Exactly what is the divination method? And trust that thing. May it be tarot, the Hoodoo Tarot de la Livre, Rider Waite Tarot, Ta Tarot, Yetela Tarot, the Tarot de Marseille, whatever it is, the Oracle of Peanut Butter Jelly, it doesn't matter. Person mentioned, would it be fair to say not to be scared to fail with simple questions to confirm how the cards will work with you? Most times on the working cast, I feel cool and not. Would it be fair to also say not to be scared to fail with simple questions to confirm how the cards will work with you? What do you mean by that question? I don't know if I understand. I think I'm reading it in a different cadence and it's not connecting. Y'all missed out this working ritual weekend. It was a blast. Do you suggest not bringing your connection to the image then? For instance, the root worker card has a candle. It means having all that you need. I've gotten that and have read it as burning the candle at both ends. But that's not what the card means. You have to take you out of it. And see, that's the thing about tarot, like traditional, when you can add your interpretation, you look at the card and go, well, I'm being burned on both ends. No, that's not what that is. Those are two candles and there's a reversal. So it's actually one candle per side. Guided butterfly. It doesn't matter when you ask the question because depending on your spread, you're going to get those answers regardless. I thought I was doing the working cast wrong, but any other cast was different for me. So yes, Nelly, should I bring you in? Let me invite you in if you want to come in. You may not want to come in, but I want to make sure that I understand your question. While we wait for Nelly to re-ask her question so that I can better understand it, I do just want to remind everybody again that Cyber Sunday and Monday is available now. You can get 30% off the HOODOO Tarot de la Livre, the Doctrine of Divination. You can get just the book, the cards, the set, etc. The list goes on and on and on. And you also can get discounts on the HOODOO Tarot, the HOODOO Queen Conjure Fact. This is the largest discount that will ever be. And you only have a day and some change to get that. Break it up into 4 easy payments. The whole website is 30% off with the minimum purchase of $88.88. You may want to take this moment to try out some of
Save me from tears, I'll give it to someone special. Once bitten and twice shy. I keep my distance, but you still catch my eye. Tell me, baby, do you recognize me? Well, it's been a year, it doesn't surprise me. Merry Christmas, I wrapped it up and sent it with a note saying I love you, I meant it now.
So you all can find all of that. You can find all of that at conjuresouth.com. I will put the codes back up here very shortly. But we have Nelly in the queue. Let's bring Nelly in.
Hi everyone.
Bonjour Nelly, comment ça va?
Hi, je vais bien et toi?
Ça va, ça va. How may I help you?
So, what I meant, I'll use the phases of the sun and like each week. So if I kind of like predict like what's going to happen, that is the phases, right? When it
Yes.
goes how it started. Okay. And it didn't happen the way I thought it was going to happen if I read it with tarot. But then I kind of do some reflection and some journaling. So I start in the beginning of the week what I think is going to happen, and at the end of the week I go back to that same kind of spread to see what was right and what was wrong. But then when I looked at it with the omens, it made more sense. I also kind of look at it, well, what if I would have just read it as the playing cards and how that would have affected me, just so I can learn how the
Which one
spirits
works
work
best
with
for you?
yes, ma'am.
So you were saying to your question earlier, so that I understand it, just to go back to reread it for the people.
Mhm.
Boop, 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 boop. Would it be fair to also say that not being scared to fail with a simple question to confirm how the cards will work with you? Yeah, so you shouldn't be afraid. You need to, again, and to be fair, the HOODOO Tarot de la Livre is a consecrated deck.
Yes.
I forgot that part. So it's a consecrated deck, so you're literally working with the spirits. You as a medium probably are going to connect more to those spirits. But also, I would love for you to do this for me, Nelly. If you go back and you look at, you say, well, this is how my week is going to go. I have the start of my journey, how the journey is going, how the journey is changing, and how the journey is going to end. So this is the spread that Nelly uses, phases of the sun. Okay, so that you can see that. Let me ask you, Nelly, when you're saying that it didn't happen in that way, My question to you is this. What were you expecting to happen? Meaning, were you expecting this to be in regards to your job? Were you expecting this to be in your love? Was this your health? Or was this a spiritual affair? Okay. Because if you're looking to my money, I think this has something to do with my money. Because this doesn't tell you if it's money, if it's
Right.
love, if it's health, if it's spirit. This just tells you these are the things that's going to happen within this week. This could be, for example, we'll go back to this thing here. So this is the phases of the sun, the start of your journey. Now, mind you, it doesn't have money there, it doesn't have love, it doesn't have health, it doesn't have spiritual there. So the start actually, you, the subject matter, there is betrayal and there is treason. So something that I think that I can trust in my week, or things, because it could be plural,
Yes.
things that I can trust in my week, or I thought that I could trust in my week, will betray me. But also, the biggest question is this Nelly betraying herself? Because a lot of times people look outside of themselves and expect for the things when it in fact could be you. So, as I start my Monday journey along, or the Sunday journey along, I'm seeing here there's failure. Or maybe there's no failure on Monday. Maybe the failure comes on Tuesday, but that failure may be due to the lack of me not necessarily committing to taking care of my financial responsibilities, right? And then we see that there is challenges along with that. That challenge may come on Wednesday. And I'm still not, and I was not responsible with my money surrounding getting my car fixed. But Wednesday, I was not responsible for calling back the potential job that I was going to have, right? And then I see here that I'm actually have been betraying a relationship that was really healing and doing better, maybe on Thursday or Friday. And I know good and well I should have not done this. And this is where the changes have happened.
Right.
All right, the changes happen. Um, but I see by the end of this journey, this betrayal I will maybe turn away from. So in that particular example, there was betrayal with your car, betrayal in a romantic situation, perhaps, betrayal with your job, but the common thread is the betrayal. So you may be looking to specifics, look to that center card as okay, so the theme of this week is me neglecting or betraying my responsibilities.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
And does
Yes.
it answer the question?
Yes.
Okay. I want to be certain.
No,
It's
100%.
not word salad.
No, 100%. Because if I see something like this, I'm going to the spirits to try to figure out what working I need to do. So like it's really heavy, and I've been through the master class earlier this year, and you just keep unlocking, unlocking, unlocking. I'm like, oh, I never even considered those things. So I don't. Whoo. Okay, thank you.
Yes. Kirsten, have a good night. Merci beaucoup. Bonne soirée. But yes, thank you, Nelly, as well. And I appreciate um I appreciate your questions. I appreciate wanting to get this insight because yes, Tasha J, please send it. Please, thank you. To customer service at conjuresouth.com. All right. I appreciate your questions because your question is a question someone else has that may not necessarily know how to put it into words, but also to understand that you should never be worried or afraid to ask questions surrounding these things, because if you can't get an answer, how do you get your guidance? And the thing about our culture is we have solutions. We're never left not alone. So asking these questions, whether they're challenging or not, and which is why I'm like, are we sure? Does everybody else in the chat, do y'all understand? Does did I make sense? Because again, and again, with going back to what you were saying, Nelly, looking at those omens, and you're like, you know, looking at this from an omen perspective, you know, this, yep, 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 yep. Then we understand that's where I need to be. That's where I need to be. Um, and this is where it becomes this thing of when you are gifted and you do have these spiritual gifts and abilities, they will assist. But as always, first, as I told you all with the Working Ritual Weekend, you got to trust what you have. And you were first a medium and seer and all of those things. So innately, you're going to connect to the spirits probably before the meaning and before those other things. And if that is something you now realize, and this is something that's also very important to understand, that has to be respected. Because it doesn't matter that I say this, and this. If I tell you use pepper to bring money, and you use pepper and it brought you love, then you got to use pepper to bring you love, not money. And that cannot be dismissed and those things. So it's beautiful that you have discovered that. And this is why I say sleep with those cards. Be with those cards. They need to know you and you need to know them. So thank you so very much,
Thank
Nelly.
you.
Yes, merci. So here we have, let's see, remove like that. I understand for the most part. My brain is done brain, so I'm gonna rewatch the crew. Yes, this class has been very enlightening. Thank you so very much. In theory, it makes sense. I'll need to keep walking with this and knowing to say for myself that is practical. Absolutely, we. Yes, you did. I need to take an ongoing private lesson. Yeah, I think so. Will this live be replayable? Yes, the live will be replayable. Yes, the live will be replayable. So, everybody, those are the key points in assisting you with creating and holding true to mastering card divination. Marcia says, I love being a student. I enjoy you being a student as well, but I also enjoy seeing you all expand beyond that, because then I know I've done my job, in those things. And so that's just, it's beautiful to me to see you all in all of these spaces in all of these ways. Super, merci, Chevy Rocks. It's me with the questions without words to put into experience. Thank for everyone to ask questions. Even if you graduate, you never stop learning, and neither do I. Neither do I. Even as queen, I still learn. I still learn. But yes, I thank you all so very much for watching this evening. I hope that this does provide you with some reassurance, some excitement, some empowerment, and just some things that you can begin to implement. And this is a long journey. I didn't get here in 1 year, 2 years, 3 years. It took decades in order for me to stand where I am. Remember that. Please remember that. You're not watching somebody that jumped on it 19 or 20 or 22 years old. And, oh, da, 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 da. No, this literally was given to me at birth. So when I did start reading professionally, and I was in my 20s and 19, my early 20s, etc., it wasn't because, I just picked up a set of cards. No, it's because I now have 2 decades you know, kind of deal. Many blessings to each and every one of you. Yes, definitely use your codes. I forgot. Let me put that up one more time for people that need the code. Cyber Sunday and Monday is available, everybody. Please, please, please do not miss out on these incredible um, products, experiences. I am checking right now to see where we stand with the Conjure FETE tickets. This is the biggest discount of the year that you're going to get with these. So I'm just going to see very quickly how that is sitting with everybody. So for VIP in-house tickets, there's only 8 VIP tickets left for the in-house. For the virtual VIP tickets, because you also get readings from Queen Mother and Clan Mother, there's 24 of those. So understand that you still get readings with Queen Mother and Clan Mother, and maybe just so happen I should I don't think I have that here actually. So, or do I? Do I? No, I do not. Voila, voila. Merci. Thank you all so very much. Many blessings to everyone. What time of the day should we arrive for the FETE if you're VIP? All of that will be sent out in plenty time. But since you're asking, you should probably show up on Wednesday. You could show up Thursday morning, but I wouldn't test it. I would say Wednesday, to be honest. Okay? All right. Many blessings, everybody. Thank you so very much for watching this evening. And you all, the reason I did this first was because I wanted you all to have the code first. I'm going to post the cyber code now. And now the world will have it. So everything will be out the door. Thank you so very much. Many blessings. Merci. Bonne soirée.